Hey, greetings everyone. It's GleeCon, and I'm back one more time, bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thank you so much for tuning in. On the last episode, we started Stonetalon Mountains as a Horde character, and we're going to continue our Horde character run. We had a lot of smooth quest completion. I anticipate this taking approximately 5 episodes in total to finish on the Horde, similar for the Alliance, and we are going to be on break after this one, though, so let's enjoy this while we're here. Stay a while and listen. This will be the last record I have for... I'm taking a 10-day hiatus after this. I'm heading up in the morning before the sun rises. I'll start heading up into the mountains, where I will be getting a mountaintop cabin right on a waterfall, no Wi-Fi. I'll be unplugging from the world, and oh, there is a little person up there. There is someone upstairs. I didn't notice this when we were exploring this town before. There's an apprentice witch doctor.
What can I help?
Oh, it's a reagent vendor. That's cool. With a fire protection potion recipe. I'm gonna buy that and send that to my
Farewell.
my partner. That's an alchemist. My Rupa character, to pay back for that axe I bought, or that I found and sent. Let's go ahead and send that to old Momkin, because I worry she's an alchemist, but I worry that I will never remember to do it. All right, and it was 13 silver. We can make that happen. All right, so we are going to start by going and doing the Boulderslide Ravine pair of quests. It's a 2-parter, so we're going to go there and back twice. No worries, and then we're going to hit up the valley. So that's my goal, that we finish this chunk today and get that all cleared out. There may or may not be some running back to a capital city involved in that. And then I think I'll clear out the Charred Vale before I clear this part out, because this top leads to the Ordanis quest, which is sends you into Ashvale. So again, as has been a theme over the past few days, I apologize for my voice, although this one was self-inflicted. So we had the 4th of July festivities last night, and if you celebrated anything or just had a good day, I hope you did. I hope you had a good time. It was good. It was a really big... We had a really big venue. Well, I mean, the venue is the same. It's a farm. But we had a stage set up. There was a band. There was probably around 50 or so people there, so it wasn't like the hugest thing, but maybe more if you count everyone's somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 100. A lot of times there are people that come and donate and bring fireworks. This year, not a lot of people did. It was just really me. It's still a pretty big show. Me and my brother-in-law, we still put a lot of time in. Nobody was disappointed. The band was really fun. But at the end, once the guy finished his set, which he played for a couple hours, few hours, whatever, I'm trying to look for the entrance to this Boulderslide Ravine map. Oh, it looks like... It's kind of weird because there is a... The Questy is actually hurting me right now. It's covering up the entrance. But was it back there? If you look back at that last path, sometimes it's hard to tell, and see, doesn't this look like it could? There is a little path. But anyway, he just left his kind of equipment up there, and other than he took his instruments, but no. So it's not. I fell for it. I've fallen for that before, and you can see. Look, it's like Desolus just magically turns the map another color. But he basically turned his setup into like a karaoke. So between inhaling tons of smoke from being down there at ground zero, lighting off tons and tons and tons and tons of big fireworks, mortars, and you got to get right up in there. And like I said, I don't get to watch the show. All I get to do is, look, this is probably the road. I'm just lighting, timing, coordinating the other people. It's a lot. Like, by the time I finish, even though it's, 10 o'clock at night, by the time the show's done, I'm dripping sweat. But got all my fingers, no damage, and but yeah, I inhaled a lot of smoke, and then did quite a bit of karaoke. So between belting it out on the karaoke machine to a dwindling audience after each song, and inhaling a lot of smoke, I've definitely not done my vocal cords any favors. Let's just say I probably did a little too much throat work yesterday. Alright, so this is what we have to do. Our mission here is to get 10 resonite crystals because the kobolds have been picking them up and it's making them go crazy or something. And we want to just investigate the cave. That means we have to go to a certain distance within the cave. Now, normally that means who knows what. Usually it could be the entrance to the cave, it could be you take a few steps in, it could be you go halfway into the cave. It changes with these type of investments. Ooh, we got ourselves a banana. Nothing sounds more delicious than a banana in a kobold's pocket. Give me that banana. This time I think we actually have to go far into the cave, which is annoying because you then have to go do the exact same thing twice. I'm just going to stand there and let his rain of destruction hurt me. Because it's an AoE thing and really didn't seem to be doing too much damage. Okay, these purple things are the crystals we need. Now, there is a kind of a neat story or whatever behind what is going on. Why are these crystals here? Why are they driving the kobolds cray-cray? This is a low-level quest for us. It's the lowest remaining quest we have to do as the Horde. Which means we're not getting any XP. My flurry just keeps procking. I love it. They don't seem to be running, so... it's alright, I guess, that it takes so much time to get the crystals, because we've gotta... They're just infested. I'm trying to make my way back to that water back there. That is where the discovery or investigation is triggered as complete. Because there's something back there that we need to see. Meanwhile, these things will respawn. That one just despawned. I guess the kobolds got it. I was just doing this quest the other day, and it was like, get these crab traps to get crawler claws or something out of it. And then these little crabs would come up and race you to them and eat your whatever, crawler. Crustaceous shellfish, I think they called it. It was kind of weird that I don't know a lot about crabs. I don't know if they eat other shellfish, but the ones in this game certainly did. RuneScape of stamina. I have a feeling that that is not going to be enough. So because these things are such low level, this has not been a big deal to get through this cave. What is annoying, or what will, is that we're going to have to do... This is an example of classic WoW quest design, because we are going to have to do the same exact thing twice. And this is so densely packed. So look, there's a big crystal back there. It's called a resonite cask. And that, seeing that cask or getting to that cask, that's what triggers. See, now that we've seen it, we have quote unquote investigated the cave. But now we need to immediately turn around here and come back and do something with said cask. Nope, get off that crystal. I want it. Dang it. Despawned it. Alright, so we still need 5, but look, they're already... we've already cleared this, and these crystals are respawning, so... I don't know if the big ones give you more. I don't think they do. But killing is unnecessary. We don't need to kill the kobolds. Yeah, when I come back also, so I believe I will... So we're leaving tomorrow. I think I'm going to get back Monday night, but I probably will not be doing a record that day because I will have been driven all day, and I won't get back till late. My family will be here, and yada yada yada. So, not going to be making a record that. So I'll be back, not this upcoming Tuesday, the following. Will be the first record I do, and when I do, I will also same day begin Patreon work. So I'll start putting some things on the Patreon. Specifically, I'll do an intro video, which I may or may not link on the playlist to this. I'll call it maybe a little something different. I'll make its own playlist, and perhaps with time I'll upload some stuff. Just little teasers that I make available to everybody that I'll also put on there. But just something to get anybody that's interested in the Assassin's Creed journey that I'll do. And like I said, I will not slow down the pace. I'll still keep the same record schedule for all of the World of Warcraft stuff. This channel won't be affected at all. This is just a way to kind of share my broader gaming interests, because as much as I love World of Warcraft, it's not all that I'm into, and commit a little bit more time and energy into this, and hopefully that inspires more people like you guys, you awesome viewers out there, to, you know, tell your friends and get some more likes and subscribes, and anybody that wants to throw me a couple bucks, I'll take it, and I'll put it right back into the show. My goal is to get up into, you know, a certain monthly figure. If I can get to around $800 a month, I'm gonna dump it all into the show and get some video editing and producing action going on. So I hopefully up the quality. But up until that point, it's all gonna be, you know, just dump back in. It costs, I mean, honestly, there's just between the books and the harder to find books, sometimes those things cost me 50, 60, 70 bucks each. So just to recoup some costs and get as close as I can to, instead of this being exclusively a hobby that I pay for, which is fine. Most people pay for their hobbies, to be one that I can start getting closer to breaking even on. Make the wife happier too. Not that she cares. She doesn't. You know, we all have our things. I could be hitting the bars, or, you know, I don't know, spending all kinds of money on golf or something. There's all kinds of different hobbies people do, and if this is mine, this is mine. I'm a gamer, and I like to find obscure things and record them. But I'll start putting some of that stuff up. What I will do is potentially, I might start potentially dabbling in some podcast format, since this show is essentially like a podcast. And maybe some sharing some of the digital uploads, or redoing some, making some cleaner versions, stuff like that. So we'll see. I'll put some polls up there and let you guys weigh in. And right now, let's tell this dude what we found. We found a giant cask.
What brings you here?
What news have you discovered from Boulderslide Ravine? I recall some legend that deals with resonite. Just cannot place my hoof on it. Perhaps knowing what lies at the bottom of the cave will illuminate their devious intentions.
Yes, that's it. The resonite crystals have a trace of earthen magic. The kobolds must have dug deep, uncovering an earthen. Legend states that the earthen are creatures created by the Titans, They were used to create the land our feet walk on. This most definitely is a threat that cannot be ignored. Perhaps I can enchant these ore samples to use against this kobold plot.
He says as he shakes his head.
We shall meet again.
Okay, so he enchants some crystals.
You have uncovered
Earthen
a dark
Arise.
threat to the land, adventurer. The resonite cask you have found in that cave houses a slumbering earthen by the name of Gogorok. I have changed the mixture of the resonite crystals that you gathered with my shamanistic powers. Take the enchanted resonite crystal and smash open the resonite cask, which houses the earthen. When awakened, Gogorok will be weakened. Slay him, adventurer.
Okay, so one, I think it's look at the water element. It's like fighting the campfire. First, let's track that Boulderslide Ravine, and then we picked up Earthen Arise. So we'll go over. I was checking to make sure we didn't have any. So Boulderslide Ravine done. I was just checking earlier to make sure we didn't miss any class quests, but we have until 30 before I have to worry about that. And then we picked up Earthen Arise. So not that far down. Go ahead and stretch this out some too. All right, so I think it's cool that we're going to do a quest now about an Earthen, with the Earthen being kind of one of the main parts of the new expansion. Not a big fan of that myself. From a lore perspective, I guess the Earthen are cool. Not a fan of them choosing the Earthen to make their next race, but it is what it is. I do have to get in there. I have not played retail in a while. I have to get in there and figure out the latest expansion. I don't know how much story is involved, but it sounds like I've missed the latest little chapter of retail story because I haven't played in a little bit of time. So I got to get in there and check out just the last pinch, whatever came in the expansion or the patch, latest patch. But two, what I think is interesting here is that the Earthen that we've uncovered is like the shaman are like, this thing's evil, we got to kill it. Now that's a spicy hot take. I didn't know that the Earthen were like something to be feared and considered evil. It was my understanding, when you think about the War of the Ancients, they were one of the races, although they were a few, that were on the side of all of the forces of the world that wanted to kill the demons. So they're against the Burning Legion. They're made by the Titans. The Titans, other than the not Illidan, the Burning Legion Titan. I'm drawing a blank right now. But the guy that turned and set off and made the Burning Legion. Other than him, all the Titans are basically who made Azeroth, and they're good. So they're also essentially just like the dwarves Did I miss my turn? No, it's this road right here. The dwarves before the dwarves, like, got the Curse of Flesh. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Much in the same way that mechanomes were, they're in that same kind of thing. I don't think they're inherently bad. As a matter of fact, I would kind of say they were agents of good. So I wonder, is this a corrupted Earthen? Is this something that's changed in the lore? Is this a misunderstanding on the part of the Earthen Ring? If that guy was even a shaman? All of these questions, will we get answers when we go kill this thing? Probably. I don't know why Gogorok's not appearing on my map. Am I at the wrong cave? I sure am. What's the point of that cave, huh? Just to distract me. Well, it worked, Blizzard. Thanks again for your devious ways. There you go. There is the wolf cave. I mean, I'm a wolf. That's a cave. I'm a wolf. I'll get it together. My mind is on 1,000 different things at once today, so today's prep day. I got a lot to take care of. But I am gonna miss this show. I mean, it's bittersweet. Like, I will miss doing this show for the next 10.5 days, but I'm also like, there's just something delicious to me about completely unplugging, not looking at my phone, not going on a computer, not just just love it. So that part's good. And I don't know that I don't think I need to do that forever. Like, let's say I lived in a perfect world where I could live wherever I wanted, afford whatever I wanted, and I could choose what I did with my time and my money, because I had a surplus or whatever. I think I would probably choose to live up in the mountains in small because I wouldn't want a lot of overhead, like a small cabin type of situation. But, you know, nice. I'd still want to have some luxury in my life. I'd want to be comfortable. And I'd want to set up like this because I think all things done, I think I would just still keep cranking this out. Because this is literally, that's how I can tell that this is probably what I should be doing. Or what I would love to do. Because I think even if I didn't have to, if I was, you know, a slush fund baby or something, like I had all the money in the world, I think I would still do this. Because I find it enjoyable. Now, I wouldn't promote, I wouldn't care, I'd probably hire a producer. I would want to make it good. Not for extra subscribers, but just to produce the best content for you guys, since you are the ones who sit through it. Alright, let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open. It should still be an easy quest. It's only a level 20. It doesn't say it's a lead or group or anything. I'll drop some totems and stuff still anyway. Alright, so we used these crystals. Somehow that was able to break this open. He is an elite. Oh, but then I think it's weird that, like, it says he's a level 20 elite, but maybe he's a weakened elite, I guess. I mean, he hits pretty hard. Oh, look at that. So we killed him, but even with all my totems, like, that was a solid fight. He was certainly stronger than a regular level 20. Perhaps that should be tagged as a level 20 elite quest. I don't know. Because he was triggered as elite, and when I looked at, like, his HP, it was approximately what you'd expect from a level 20 elite's HP. I don't know, you know, I think Questy pulls, I believe, straight from... Actually, I don't know where Questy pulls his information from. That's a great question. I was going to say, I think it pulls from Wowhead, but actually, Wowhead is wrong about some things every now and then, you know. Which also means that Questy could very well be wrong about some things. Like, I was just doing a quest in the Corruptor line in Desolus, and one of the steps says on Wowhead that it's like a level 32 quest or something like that. But in actuality, well, Questy that says it's a level 35. So I don't know where either of these things are pulling the information from. I would have to imagine it's got to be one of two things. They're either pulling it from a table that uses Quest XP rewards to kind of assign that, or there's a tabbed line somewhere in the code, and if you actually break down and look at the code of the game, then you can see what Blizzard internally clocked it as. But if that's the case, somewhere, somehow, these things are, there's errors that are happening. So one could obviously be the people at Blizzard have tagged things wrong. Say, for instance, when we do Gerenzo's orders, it's very possible that they have tagged that internally as a level 22 quest when it clearly should be a level 22 group quest or elite quest or whatever. Because I don't think there was a group like designation for quests back then, so I think the best you could do is call it an elite or whatever, but then typically they don't tag it as elite unless you're actually fighting an elite monster. So I can see how that would happen. And Wowhead, I would imagine people are inputting the entries manually, and the discrepancies are rare. Like, this is one of the first ones I found doing this Deathless quest the other day. So that could be whoever is inputting at WoW, whoever's building the entries, because I would imagine they are built entries. Whereas Questy very likely could pull from internal code line. I don't think someone is like building a Questy database. I don't think that's happening. I think it's pulling from lines of code somewhere. Since it's a mod, that's my guess. Now, some things, like where it's putting the question marks and stuff, sure, that might be that could be, they could be entering it by hand. I don't know.
How?
You bear good news, adventurer. I fear the possibilities of what an Earthen would mean to Kalimdor. Slaying Gogorok was a task for no one less than a hero. You have done well. All of Stonetalon and Kalimdor are indebted to you, noble adventurer. Accept this as your reward, most honored one.
Yeah, it doesn't really explain. We got no explanation
Walk with the earth.
about why that didn't work. Or why he just says Earthen are dangerous, so okay. I'll take your word for it, dude. So that could be explained away still by any of the... Now he says I don't know what an Earthen, the danger an Earthen would do. So either they've changed what Earthen are, and they've decided that, you know, the Blizzard team decided, oh, well, the Earthen probably are actually good. That's a possibility. But I think you could also easily just spin it by saying, well, this dude just had a misunderstanding of what the Earthen are. He was just an idiot. And you could do it that way too.
Loktar!
I don't remember where my people are. So we can destroy that. Selling these bananas. We don't need 9 o'clock. Alright, cool.
For the whole.
So we did that little 1-2 punch there. Let's mark off Earthen Arise as well. Okay. And now we're going to go back to the Goblin Invaders and we'll start working on the Venture Code section. Now the Venture Code chunk is much easier, in my opinion. It's less annoying on Horde than it is as Alliance for a couple reasons. The Alliance has to do the weird Mission Impossible bomb set, which is kind of a little annoying, and if you don't know how to do it, you can wander into some unnecessary deaths. Also, you have to do the series of quests where you have to run around to the different capitals, Ironforge, Stormwind, and pick up various reagents to then come up and even build the things to make those bombs. So it makes this part way more time consuming and tedious. I don't enjoy it myself. Whereas for the Horde, we just kind of have to go kill some goblins. And everybody gets to kill the Super Reapers. We'll do that. Everybody gets to do Gerenzo's orders. We'll do that. We're also going to go in and do the mine portion. But I don't know. Alright, let's get Super.
Terrible what the venture company has done here, eh? What were they thinking? Goblin company hiring a gnome. Lucky for me, Sputtervalve knows a genius when he sees one. Hired me just after I'd been kicked out. Tells me they built some enormous wood-cutting machine. And Sput wants me to steal the plans for him. Unfortunately, Gerenzo, bloody gnome, wants me dead on sight. Maybe you could steal the plans for me. You should be able to find them on one of their operators.
Okay, so that's fine. We just kill random operators. This is a neutral one. Now, further instructions. Don't know exactly what that's going to do for us here. So we'll end up completing this one for both. But obviously that's going to take us to, and then we have Gerenzo's orders. So we have some other things that we need. Alright, but we need to kill a bunch of goblins anyway. So we'll go ahead and just kill. We need to kill loggers. I also, if you look at the list here, I don't know what the Elder Crone is. Didn't we complete Blood Feeders? We did. I just forgot to check it off, right? Wait, did we not turn in Blood Feeders? We did. I missed marking that. Let's put that somewhere. Right around the time we turned in this. Yeah. I'll put it maybe at the top. I don't quite remember, but we did turn it in. I just don't remember where we turned it into. TBH. Because we did, I don't have it on the list anymore. So we have done it. Alright. Cool. So we don't need the deforesters. The deforesters are... They're kind of like the mages of the area. I like the Venture Co. because they look like they can be any race. So that's kind of cool. They're a true equal opportunity operation. And like we also need the operators in order to get the blueprints. We need loggers. We need 15 of them for this quest. I'm not sure that I'm going to run us into the Gerenzo's orders yet, because I think there's a pretty solid chance one of these other quests is going to make us go in that mine. So, now the operators, I believe there are some by the machines, if you want to look over there. You'll see there's a human. We've been killing some goblins. Here's a human. There's an operator up there. The drop rate, I think, is pretty good. I don't know if it's 100% though. So this little thing you can treat like a building, even though it's a tank. It's actually kind of cool. You can do these things. So let's see if operator is 100% kill chance. There's another one if it's not. Oh, so it's not 100%. There, but I know there's at least one more, so we've got 3, and I believe that was a dark iron dwarf up there. We'll see. Okay, we didn't get what we wanted. Are we getting XP? Did we actually get XP? Okay, so this will be our 4th or 5th 4th or 5th operator. And we got it. So we did have to kill every single one on this tank, but we did get it by the end. So we have the blueprints. Easy peasy. Let's just kill some more loggers. We got to kill 10 more, but as you saw, they're an easy kill for us. We're still at the point where we're just crushing the mobs in this zone. We're just swole like that. And actually our Horde character is ahead of our Alliance right now. Which I love. But that is going to fall by the wayside after 2 zones of no involvement on the Horde part, where we have to take a poor break from our Flee console. We're going to miss her. I think we'll have one kind of cameo by her at the end of Red Ridge. And then probably do something to make her be the first one that kicks off Ashenvale. Something like that. And there might be some more, Ashenvale might be a little bit more Horde heavy than Alliance to help it out, but typically, even if you look on like Reddit, people usually complain about how the Horde gets screwed with questing compared to the Alliance when it comes to this kind of thing, which is true. But I will say, in my experience so far, the Alliance gets screwed more on Flight Pass and accessibility. Oh man, the best thing about 4th of July is the massive amounts of political talk that you get to see in chat. It was a lot yesterday, and it's a lot today. I try to stay out of it. Sometimes I just can't help but be a little snarky. Not from any one side or another, but I just make little comments that to me are silly, because you're lying to yourself if you don't think there's not a little bit of ridiculousness on both sides. So that's it. I'll come off it. It's just annoying. And again, when people are like, "Can we just keep the politics out of it?" Most of the time, I agree. I actually feel a little guilty if I ever even poke the bear a little bit. So I try to not be part of the problem. Not that I don't think, sure, we don't, that's the XT9. We gotta kill that guy too, so just not yet. We haven't gotten the quest for that. Maybe that's further instructions. We gotta kill one more logger. And I don't remember where. But here's where we have a slightly annoying portion, because we had to kill all these loggers, and now I'm gonna run all the way back there to the Barrens to go tell the lady that we did it, and she might give us another step. I don't remember. Fire spell damage, that's cool. I thought about making a fire mage. It's just gonna make you basically useless in Blackrock Depths, but alright, so I'll come back to I'm on the way. See, it's on the way. We could get the Super Reaper 6,000 on the way. In case it's further instructions, quest is telling us, I want you to go to, I don't know, Orgrimmar or something. Look, there's a young Pridewing. That's an Alliance quest, I believe. We don't actually need to do... There's no need for us to interact with the Pridewings as Horde, I believe.
What's up?
Did you find those plans? I'm eager to impress the new boss. Hopefully once he's convinced of my loyalty, well, as much as he can be convinced, Goblin's honor, he'll feel comfortable making use of my rather impressive genius.
Hey, is that what I think it is? Great, now, let's see. How am I supposed to understand this stuff? Can't figure out the way gnomes think. Let me tell you, I'm surprised they could build the wheel, let alone those flying machines they like so much. This envelope has all the information I was able to snatch as they booted me out the door. Venture company internal documents, some manuals, technical things. Oh, and of course, the Super Reaper 6,000 blueprints. Sputter Valve has taken up residence at Ratchet in the Barrens. Shouldn't have much trouble finding him. He's a little green fellow.
Alright, so now we've got a decision. I think it'll actually be easier for us to just go back and fly. So we'll do that first, and then what we'll do, since we have to go to the Barrens, is we'll fly to Ratchet, and then we'll fly over to the Crossroads, and it'll actually be a pinch of a shorter walk to walk from the Crossroads to that. So I'm just trying to maximize, you know, minimize the amount of downtime that we have. When I look at the amount of stuff, people, especially in my guild, that just talk about, I just can't get into raid culture in Classic. I can't do it. Because then your life just becomes farming. Farming to prep for raids. And I just can't. That doesn't sound enjoyable to me. I would do it like if that was my jam. I get it. And I want to be, you know, we actually got 1,000 XP for that quest. When we're on the flight path here, I'll tweak the spreadsheets. My goal again, I really want to get. We still have time, but I really want to get this Gerenzo's orders done on this episode. I think that would be cool. I think that would be so cool. But this is a lot better than flying around all the capitals and doing all that stuff. I mean, we have a solid duo. I really do like the Shaman Paladin combo that we have. It's pretty cool. And I look forward for when we hit up. I do have a lot of cool ideas for retail that I think will make that thing fun. I do like the idea of using the All the Things mod. I like the idea of doing a walkthrough for those quests. And there are better walkthrough videos than me, so this is kind of like a different. This is like a ride-along, really. It's like a walkthrough, but really, this is me.
Where would you like to fly to?
Chilling. Alright, we're going to go to Ratchet. Alright, so we turned in Super Reaper 6000. Cool for us. And then we picked up further instructions. We also finished the logger quest. We just haven't had a chance to turn it in yet. So, I don't know. The Elder Crone, I believe this woman's also going to send us somewhere. Don't know where. And Gerenzo's orders, that's going to come out of Ratchet, I believe. Oh, no, it's not. The Gerenzo's orders is this thing. It's a two-parter. Yikes. I think that might get sent over. Don't know. But at some point, we're going to get the shredding machines, which is where we kill those others. I think that's it. Yeah, and we have these further instructions that we need to pick up. That's the other one that comes out. So I might have did this bad, depending on. Maybe she doesn't give us anything else, because a lot of the times if you hold shift, it will tell you the rest of the chain, and I don't see anything else coming out of it. That one does have Gerenzo's orders 1 and 2. And okay, so we might be okay. Yeah, that's natural. This is Gerenzo Wrench Whistles, the end of this chain. So this is good. I actually kind of want that. The only thing is, I don't know if... I think Gerenzo's Orders 2, the second part of it, that might just be going back and turning it into Gerenzo. There is a world that exists where we get this little part done. Yeah, and then this is... I don't know, though, because it's shredding machines. This is mostly the Charred Veil. This heads into that. And that's the breadcrumb we have. The Den is the other quest at the top where we go back into there to do some other stuff. That's the hardest quest in the zone, other than trying to do Gerenzo's orders. right. Scorpashi wristbands, level 39. I mean, that's cool. It's a 14-point wristband. Way better than what we're at. But we are nowhere near to 39. My other characters are. I am a 39 on my Horde and a 40 on the Alliance, so they're doing good. Alright, so we're almost at Ratchet here, and we're gonna continue the chain. Continue the old chain. See how it goes. This person, I think, is talking about Mancrick. Alright, so... Oh, it's like right here.
Lots to do, lots to do. The Union's given us deadlines, and they're not the
Isn't
sort
that
you want to
weird
miss.
that he gives you 2 options to talk about the glowing shard?
Have a good one.
Oh, this was a sealed envelope. Okay. Hello there. How can I help you?
Physics, eh? Can't say I trust him, but this information seems good enough. What I wouldn't give to have the venture company out of my hair. They do come up with some good machines, though. I can't deny that we've benefited from using some of the improvements they've devised. The matter of this gnome that has been hired by the venture company has caused a bit of a stir in Undermine. The trade princes do not approve of Razdunk's consorting with this Gerenzo.
Razdunk.
Riddlevox has asked me to take care of the problem, and I'm sure he was instructed to do so by one or more of the trade princes. Of course, the director didn't tell me that. Let's just say I have a hunch. Whatever the case, Gerenzo must be removed, and it would be a fitting test to have physics take care of him.
Okay, so now this is what we're doing. We're having our guy. We're gonna go to the crossroads now. Just a quick flight. So they're basically saying, let's off him. Kind of messed up, but okay. So we finished that, and we picked up further instructions number 2. Let's extend a little bit. Cool. And we are now going to go turn in the Goblin Invaders, which I believe will end us. I don't know where we get the Reaper thing from. It might come from her. Because that is the one thing in the valley. Don't know where the Elder Crone comes from. We don't have that one yet. That could come from her too. But Shredding Machines is the other one where I'm like, where does that come from? And then, yeah, he's going to give us Gerenzo Wrench Whistle, and then Gerenzo's Orders comes from that stupid thing. From the little kill quest. Alright, so... And that might be why it's not showing... It might not be like a chain that leads to it. It might not technically be a chain. It might be like a... Oh, now that you've done all these things, we give you the unlock. I also... Depends where this Elder Crone... If that's going to send us into Thunder Bluff, that's also going to be annoying. What's it called? The Elder Crone. Let's take a peek at that. I just got to spoiler it while we walk. We gotta do something, right? So it is picked up right there. Requires you to have killed the Goblin Invaders, and it opens up. It wants you to go to Thunder Bluff, and it opens up the Forsaken Aid, which that just sends you from one spot to another in Thunder Bluff, which then gives you Journey to Terran Mill, and then the Blood of Innocence. Then it's a return to Thunder Bluff, which then also does the Flying Machine, which is a Stonetalon quest. So I don't have that marked down as Stonetalon Mountains. Do I have it? Do I have that listed as Hillsbrad? Yeah. So this is a chain that I guess it's technically a chain to continue. What do I have? What about Forsaken Aid? Yeah, I have that. So that's the real start of the chain. So we're actually not going to pick up and do Forsaken Aid. So we'll just save when she gives us the Elder Crone. That's just going to be a one-off. We'll wait maybe till we hit 30. If not, we'll do it right near the end of the zone when we have to go to these different places. But I guess that's how I set it up. But you could set it up differently. You could very reasonably consider this as a Stonetalon chain, and in many ways it is. It's just that I don't know what they count it as. They have to count it as a Hillsbred Foothills quest, or my spreadsheet would have caught it. Or Wowhead has it tagged as that. I don't know what it's actually, if there's any internal coding, which also means that most likely Questy has it tagged this way. But then again, I don't know, where are they getting those tags? Like, why do we tag certain things as a dungeon or certain things as Orgrimmar, even though they're picked up in different zones? So that's something I'd be curious to know. I guess if anybody does have a deeper knowledge of modding in the game and you know where they get those tags from. Is it community created and therefore subject to human error? Is it created by pulling the tags from in-game code? Therefore, it is still a human error, but or really human arbitrariness. But at least it comes directly from Blizzard.
Bravely done, adventurer. We may ultimately need the wisdom of Tauren
Level of
elders to
confidence.
calm the spirits of Stonetalon, but ridding the venture company of its personnel is a good first move against them.
Spirits of Stonetalon still rage, Gleek and Soul. I fear we may never soothe them.
Glory to the Horde.
To truly tend the spirits of Stonetalon, we must consult the Tauren elders. I do not know many of their leaders' names, but I do know of one, Magatha. I have heard that she is very old and she knows much. If anyone can marshal spiritual aid from the Tauren, it is she. Magatha resides in the Tauren capital of Thunder Bluff on Elder Rise, the city's northeastern bluff. Speak with Magatha and tell her of the peril of Stonetalon Mountains.
Pretty sure it's a Grim Totem that we just killed her people, but
There is a relation to the spiritual magic of shamans and the natural magic of druids. This is why we shamans can hear the plea of the spirits of Stonetalon. Many of their whisperings are lost to me, but one message, one vision is clear. I saw a vision of two man-shaped machines in Windshear Crag, northwest of Greatwood Vale, felling trees with impossible speed. These metal beasts must be stopped. In my vision, the machines were marked with strange symbols. XT 4 and XT 9.
XT. Alright, so we now have the shredding machines, which is the... So we turned in Goblin Invaders. Cool. And then she gave us those other two quests. The Elder Crone, which we will not be turning in anytime soon. Well, not in this episode. And she gave us the Shredding Machines, which is the last Horde-only Venture Co. quest. Okay. I'm not sure. Time is not our friend right now. Even if I go a little over, we're going to have some decisions to make. Because further instructions, he's going to want us to kill Gerenzo, and killing Gerenzo happens up there. It's kind of the finale of the little area, and hunting down the XTs can take a little bit of time. And like I said, I really want to get that Gerenzo's orders done. I think it's a fun one. So we're going to go turn in further instructions. That's a level 27 quest. Because I guess they consider killing Gerenzo to be a bit of a doozy. So I'm thinking we won't quite finish this because of the size of it and the running back and forth, but we can finish, and I thought that might happen. But we can turn this one in, and we can do the Gerenzo's orders, I think, on this one. And then I'm gonna actually have to go back to this, because I want to get the rested XP when I'm not on for 2 weeks or whatever we can have. So I think that's reasonable. And then that means when we start our third episode, we can wrap this up and we can start working the Veil, and that will be a big chunk of it. And then, like I said, the fourth So I anticipated it to take 5, and I still believe we're on target for that. I think that's pretty solid to do this being a 5, which means we're probably in that same ballpark for the Alliance as well, needing it to be around 5 episodes. So around 10 total to fully finish Stonetalon on both factions. Whereas Red Ridge will probably take us around 5 episodes, also maybe 6, because there's some tougher elites at the end. But that's a 1 faction only zone. And Duskwood might take a little bit longer. Maybe it'll take us around 6 as well. But again, one faction only. And then that'll get us set up ready to do Ashenvale, which Ashenvale is a longer zone. It's double faction, and we'll be coupling it with Black Fathom Deep, so that'll start change things up a little bit. That'll take us a little longer.
Eliminate Gerenzo. Now there is a prospect that I have no objections to. Gnomes are bad enough as it is, but what I learned about Gerenzo only makes it worse. Apparently, he was one of the head engineers in Gnomeregan, where he was working on their secret project. We could never infiltrate Dunmarok well enough to find out specific details. It was a failure. Our reports say that whatever it was literally exploded in their faces.
So Gerenzo is also sounds like part of the leper gnome issue. He's part of the betrayer gnomes that caused the Gnomeregan disaster.
I met Gerenzo once, but let me tell you, he's not easy on the eyes. His flesh looks like it's rotting away, and he's grafted metal and gears onto his body, replaced some of his limbs with mechanical ones. Northeast of here, far above Cragpool Lake, up near the water wheel, is where Gerenzo watches over the entire site. There's no way I could fight my way up there, not to mention take on Gerenzo. But you look like you might be able to make it. If you kill him for me, I'll make it worth your while.
Alright, so both of those...
Have a good one!
Both those pieces of gear are like straight side grades. Not even side grades. They're just alternatives to what we have on. And neither of them are better. Alright, so that's the Gerenzo thing, but that does mean we're kind of getting right up there. But I've decided we're going to go do Gerenzo's orders. I like that one. I mean, I would like to do that one. So we did also just get further instructions 2 completed. We can check that one off. And we picked up Gerenzo Wrench Whistle. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so we're now going to make our way into the... We could wrap the episode now, but I'll give us a little bit of extra time. I'll give us a little extra TLC since you're not going to see me. And I really wanted to get this one done. Let's do it. And now there's 2 entrances to this mine. And it looks like as a Horde, you don't really have to go in here. Other than to do this one quest. It doesn't seem like we need anything from here. Because we'll kill the shredders, and even when we come back and get the flying machine, not anything we need. So this is a kobold run mine. I'd like to go in this door, but I don't know. We do have to be ready because we don't want them with the frost shock because they will run. And I just don't know for sure which way. Yeah, see there's a separate door right there. I think if you go down to the other door, it's actually better. I don't need that chest. I was gonna say nobody's aggroing onto me, but then I aggroed like this. Nice. Okay. 4. might have just caused death to myself. Oh my gosh, yeah, I got that. Potion. I don't even have a potion. Yeah, that was a bad idea. So that's gonna add some time on there. Ugh. That was just stupid of me. I aggroed 7 or 8 guys. But I do think that's the better entrance to go into, because that's where that will allow us to have a shorter, even with this death, if we can fight our way in. The problem with that entrance is that's the one tied to the Alliance quest, where there's supposed to be an insane number of mobs that you're not really supposed to be able to handle. Because you set the bomb off, which then creates a distraction, and it pulls them all so that you can go get whatever piece of paper that you need. That's the point of all those mobs, but instead what it does is it creates this entrance to the mine that is a convenient one, but not one that's easy to use at all. And also what's unfortunate is all those stupid guys are casters, so pulling them becomes quite a challenge. I would have even tried to take on 4 of them, but then when I turn around there's like 7. I just did it as bad as possible. I stepped into the mine and pulled 3 more, and then, you know, if I just stayed put the second where I was, I possibly could have got out of there with just pulling 4. Maybe would have lived. But whatever. It is what it is. I still think I can come under right here and it'll be alright. Maybe not. See, now if I... Oh, I ran out this way. Okay. Let's go up here a little bit. So there you have a Geomancer. So here we're going to have to fight 2. That guy's not even aggroing on. I'll take it. Even when at the end he didn't run. He didn't aggro. Okay, so let's see how many I pull. That guy didn't aggro again, so benefit of being so much higher level than him. Now we aggroed. These guys are chained together. All 3 of them. Gotta run. They're all chained together. And like I said, they shoot. I die anyway again. Yikes. We don't need to kill them. We need to get into the mine. It's not these guys that are doing it for us. We need the stinking... we need to get into the mine to fight the kobolds. Okay, so looks like I got by, again, just because I'm high enough level. I don't think that there's any special trick I did. Now we can just... Even this is a little bit better of a path, because we can just go that way, but there might have been a better one. Probably could pull up. Also, at some point I'm going to have to stop and like buff up, but these guys are so easy, I'm not really worried about right now. Healing here in a second. I wish they would not run like that, so that I don't have to waste my mana on the Frost Shock. I have to eat, drink, and be merry soon. I have no mana. We got some XP from that one. Don't want to fight 2 when I'm so low on mana. There's a footlocker. If you're a rogue, this guy is worth XP also. he aggroed from way over there. He must be... These guys must be... We got 3. Great. Okay, I gotta get this caster. Okay. Should be able to get him. Okay, now it's time to stop messing around and eat after this fight. Played a little fast and loose. Alright, we'll drink that milk, and I'm gonna eat one of my crispy lizard tails to give myself the buff since we're coming into... I'm gonna want it anyway. Because we're gonna be doing this wave kill quest quite soon. And this does take us over our hour, but I just really wanted to. I had this set as a goal. Really wanted to do this Gerenzo's orders. Alright, so we come into this open chamber here. Let's see how far we can get without... I hug this wall. So we had the bug people come today because of the black... Because like I told you, I had a Black Widow. Now, it was weird. So even when I first looked at it, I wasn't sure because there's another spider that's endemic to my region called the Orb Weaver spider. And when we first had the first time I saw one, not ever, but this beginning of this current mini infestation that we have, it was a male. And now male Orb Weavers and Black Widows look very, very, very similar. Share a lot of features. So when I first saw the first one, it was a male, but I thought it was an Orb Weaver based on its markings and everything, which is the main difference between the two of them is the freaking damage they can do to you. One of them can cause chest pain and do can really mess with even a human. Most insects, their venom doesn't mess with you that much. But with a Black Widow, the main difference, because they both can have that hourglass marking on them, it's not as... the shape is not quite the same for a Orb Weaver, but with Black Widows, also it's not always like you see a cartoon character of one where it's like oh look, somebody has tried to do this quest and they've created all these overlords. Okay, so that means some things for our life here. First of all, it means we gotta set a pack up. Okay, so we're gonna have to kill on our own big got a big pack of these guys. Okay, there's nothing I can really do. And now we got it down to 2, it's more manageable. And I just gotta hope that I can get this heal off. I don't have the mana for the lightning shield right now. This is a dangerous pack. Okay, now it's just down to 1. Now I can get the stronger heal. Again, still don't have the mana for a lightning shield. About to wear my stone hat is about to wear off too. Okay, now I'm gonna save it for this when he starts to run. Alright, so we cleared out somebody else's mistake. Because that is basically somebody started this quest and couldn't finish it. Is what we had going on there. So we're gonna do it again ourselves. I've been in that boat though, so. Now, there's all kinds of ways you can do this quest. You just have to outlive the time or whatever of it. Okay, we're gonna eat another one of our roots here. We do have this scroll of protection we can put up on ourselves. And then we also don't want to forget that we have slumber sand in an emergency. But if we can do what we just did, so I'll go ahead and put this on us, make sure I target myself. And let's get this going.
You know, I was once the second most important person here at this site. That all changed when Gerenzo took over, fired my boss, Ziz Physics, and sent me down to work in the mine. Ziz told me to stay here and gather information, though. His new boss will pay us well if we can find out what Gerenzo's plans are. Anyways, what I do know is that Gerenzo has ordered large amounts of this gold-green ore to be mined. I can get you a sample to bring to Ziz, but you'll have to watch for patrols.
Alright, watch my back while I get you some of this. Alright, this time I'm going to go with the Mana Spirit Totem. And I'm going to drop all of these things, and we're just going to see what happens. Okay, so they're appearing down there. Hey, you're not supposed to be here. Get them, boys! Okay, we're going to see what happens. We got one of them. He's at full life. So no worries about that. My mana's looking good. That mana totem. Okay, so go ahead. I'm poisoned again. Well, that's a disease. Not poison. Alright, so our mana's a little low. Redrop the Manatide Totem. Could drink some, but I'm being a little greedy. Now, you never know what's going to happen. We can get as little as 2 waves. We could get as many as 4 waves. There was no Overlord, which makes me think there will be another wave. But they do give you some time, as you can see, in between each wave. Now that's just a regular dude. There's an Overlord. He's not part of the waves. He's just a bad luck spawn. Okay. So there's another pack. Okay, so this is a pretty big pack. Great. Okay, so we got one of them. Need to get a quick heal off. Okay, got a second caster. Almost got this digger going. Okay. Got my heal. Now my mana's gone, so now there is no messing about. I've got to, just in case there's another wave, I've got to drink juice or whatever. I can't be cute this time, because but that was basically the pack that we killed to get in here. So maybe there will be another wave. Maybe there will be 2 more waves. I've had it go both ways. So again, we're gonna set this up. Replant this. I'm gonna reapply my buffs. That did use some of my mana, but that's why I set the Mana Spring Totem there to help me rejuvenate that a little faster. What has he been saying? Look out, looks like there's more of them. Just a little while longer, I've almost got it. So I think he's just basically on a timer. And then I don't know what contributes to how many of these guys spawn. We have been getting some XP, which I do like. This is, by the way, called Gerenzo's Orders 1. like we're doing good. We might get lucky. I had a feeling because of the way this was setting up that we were gonna get lucky on this. I'm just putting it right there because I already know this is gonna be. We're gonna be safe. We're gonna turn it in, and we're gonna get this checked out. So this did make our episode run a pinch long. But that's okay. Obviously, we were able to handle it. We are 6 levels over, so that's a... And we're a shaman, a nice class that's strong, and look, we're pulling some more of these randos. We don't want them. But we can handle them one-on-one. But just in case, you never know. There you go. So we did it. We protected... whatever his name was, Piznik. There, I got it. Yeah. Alright, so we killed those guys, got them out of here.
Thanks, adventurer. It was looking a little dicey there for a second, and we've probably drawn far too much attention to ourselves. The important part is that we have the ore sample, though, and we should get it to Ziz as soon as possible. I guess I'd better think about getting out of here also. It won't take long for word of what happened here to spread to the higher-ups, and I'm sure they wouldn't take too kindly to meeting me again. I'll sneak out and meet with Ziz. Hopefully he'll be able to find me a new job. I'll try and clean up this mess a little, but you should take the ore sample to Ziz right away. He told me that he'd set up camp somewhere on the western side of Windshear Crag. Good luck.
Alright, so there is the quest.
Yeah.
That we have completed. We've done both. We're going to go turn that one in too. I'm going to get out of here and then we'll run over to an inn to check in. It does look like if I go this way, there's another exit from this mine. So maybe I could have taken the easier entrance the whole time. I don't know. I just kind of went with my gut. So. That doesn't mean my gut was right. Come on, you Windshear Overlord. I don't know why all these kobolds are here. They've infested the Stonetalon Mountains. He was trying to give me a disease, too. You know, that's messed up. When you try to give someone a disease? Gross. Was taking him a long time too. So, but then look, then it turned into this bigger map. So now I don't know. So now I don't know that this was a good, because now I do think we've got to make our way out that top. So, this is probably not the best way we could have gone. Oh, goodness. Another Overlord. He's gonna pull that digger. Oh well. At least when we exit the cave, there won't be like a gigantic pack of 50 things following us, potentially killing us. Although I would have just taken Red Sickness since you go right next to Ziz when you come out, as we saw in the graveyard. I thought he was gonna... I was just testing him. That was a test for you, Windshear Digger, and you passed, unfortunately. Oh. Wait, more diggers. But we just have to get out to there. So as you can see, I guess this is a little bit quicker. Do it this way. I mean, the other way was a little bit quicker. This way, you only have to you can kill the guys basically one at a time. So there's that Frostbolt proc the lightning shield. So in case you weren't sure, yes, spells do proc it. I wish when you went like around a curve like this. I guess it did. Oh no. Oh no. Now I'm running. Now I'm leaving. I wish we had a hot. We're gonna die. Damn it. Alright, so I told you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna accept the res sickness and the damage. Because why not? We're not gonna be doing any quests for 10 minutes. Ouch. That does, that will kind of dictate some things for us.
Be good.
Something I can help you with?
Ah, I knew that I did the right thing by telling Piznik to stay behind. I'm sure the engineers in Undermine will be most interested to look at this. Of course, I'll want to keep a little piece for myself, but what they don't know won't hurt them. Yes?
Alright, so now we're going to go back to an inn. And I'll let this res wear off. So we're going to go... Normally I would stay here to do those final 2 quests in the area, but since we don't have the time for that today, so we're going to check out. So on the next episode, we will start by killing the XT machines and also Gerenzo himself. I'll let myself, when I log out, I'll let myself sit in the inn for, you know, the other 8 minutes or whatever we're going to have, so that we don't have res sickness when we come back. And then when we finish that, we will... Oh yeah, well, you know what? We've got this cycle of rebirth. We'll get that. We'll take care of that to start. Because I think that opens up the second quest that is down in here or something like that. And then we will begin work in the Charred Vale. So that will be our 3rd in the area. Then the 4th, we'll finish the Charred Vale, and we'll start our work up here in this area, maybe even get close to finishing it, and then that will leave us with the 5th episode where we really just focus on traveling, killing Ordanis, taking out the den, stuff like that. So I really think 5 episodes is going to do it for Stonetalon. Really not a huge zone, but it's a nice little boost. As we get higher now, the Elder Crone is the only really low-level quest, so we're going to continue to start getting XP from the mobs again, and XP from turning stuff in. We're at 43 durability. There is one guy somewhere in this little area that can repair. I just don't know who he is. I always have a hard time finding this one. It's not one of the people in that hut, but maybe there's someone right outside the hut. So I do want to, I think maybe behind over here by the flight path. It's a trade supply person. There we go, there's a bower. This is your 1 repair.
What can I help you with? 15
silver. We got 8, 9, 11, 12, 14, maybe around 15. So I just about broke even. Oh. I forgot we need to do this too. I'm just going to save that.
For the Horde!
Because that might actually add onto our time. Because we do need... we do need to go to Black and Ball Village. You know what? We'll wait until we're level 29 for that. When we have to go back over to the Crossroads anyway. That will be a nice time to do that. We also need our cooking. I forgot about that too. So, all right, but I had a good time with you. Thank you everybody so much for watching and for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft in 10 days. Stay good until then. Stay happy, stay healthy, and may peace be with you. Thank you, everyone. See ya.